I have to address Trevon Diggs.
Your discretion is advised.
So for those of you that don't know, Trevon Diggs went viral for going to a reporter after the Cowboys and 49ers game, which I did watch the first half of that. The second half, I really wasn't able to catch it because I was tired, bro. I was nodding off like a motherfucker and I had to work in the morning. So you already know how that went already. But I tried to watch the second half of it, but, I watched this shit on a Peacock app. There's no way to, record it and then come back to it. You know what I'm saying? I wish there was, but there wasn't. But it is what it is. That's broke people problems. That ain't got nothing to do with nobody but myself. But anyway, so it was this reporter. I didn't care to write down this guy's name. Whatever. Okay? It was this reporter. He put out a tweet. George Kittle caught a really big pass from Brock Purdy. So it was 3 Cowboys defenders, Trevon Diggs being one of them. Trevon Diggs appeared to be kind of jogging on the play and not giving his full effort running full speed. That was the play that was shown. So what the reporter ended up doing was he ended up asking the question, what is Trevon Diggs doing on this play? So what ended up happening was, I don't know how the hell he found out. I don't know if this nigga looked at his phone immediately. I don't know why in the hell would you look at, I don't know who, probably maybe somebody in his family told him, one of the players, other players. So I don't know how he got this information or how the hell he went to his phone. And honestly, let's just say, for instance, if he went to his phone, that is the worst fucking thing you can do. I don't understand what in the hell, for sanity and mental health reasons, why in the hell would, you lose a game? You're already hot and you're emotional because you lost the game and you lost on primetime TV, right? So you're already emotional, right? And then the team is not really moving in the right direction, largely because of the old fart that's the owner and the GM of the team. Got way too many goddamn roles, and this nigga is continuing to ride this team to the ground. Pause. But you understand what I'm saying? So, outside of that, so Trevon Diggs basically saying watch your mouth, stay in your lane, buddy. And he was talking about something quit playing with me, bro. Like he was just going off and just doing all this extra shit. And it was just kind of like, I'm looking at the situation. I'm like, first off, okay, number one, the reporter didn't do nothing wrong. Literally asked the question, what is Trevon Diggs doing on his play? Now, I did hear chatter and conversation that what Trevon Diggs was doing, he didn't want to interfere with the other 2 guys that were trying to make a play, so he probably automatically assumed that, one of the 2 other guys was going to make the play, and he didn't want to interfere with that. He did end up making a tackle and saving a touchdown. I don't know if they scored on that drive. You have to go watch the highlights to go find out. They probably did, but it is what it is. So here's the thing, right? Regardless if he said, well, let's just say the reporter says this. Trevon Diggs looks like that he's not putting in 100% effort for the team. Or something along the lines of Trevon Diggs, I need to see more effort than, come on, Trevor, I need to see more effort than this. And he posted the play. Even if you were to go as far as to do that, with Trevon Diggs, and it's crazy, I'm looking at the comment section, right? And the comment section is bewildering to me because I'm like, y'all literally saying, yeah, Trevon Diggs checked the reporter. What the fuck did the reporter do outside of ask a question? What is Trevon doing on that play? And even if he did not, even if he said, well, I think Trevon should have made more of an effort instead of jogging on a play, it still wouldn't be nothing wrong with the reporters. But the reporter kept it neutral and literally just asked a question, what is Trevon Diggs doing on that play? Right? It's an open-ended question. So it's really up for interpretation for whoever the hell is viewing the play. Now, looking at that play, you would assume, damn, Trevon's not really giving it his all, right? But even, like I said, if it was vice versa, with Trevon Diggs was 100% wrong. And again, looking at the comment section, I'm like, y'all saying he checked the reporter, but y'all not giving any reasons as to why and what he checked. And the reason why you're not giving any reason because y'all on bullshit too. Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. So Trevon Diggs went on and talked about something, yeah, you can't do what I do. You're not an athlete, this and the third. Here's the reality of this situation. Number one, reporters in general, are not athletes. And technically speaking, they don't have to be. Should they be encouraged to have some knowledge and know about the game? Sure. But whatever their eyes see is whatever their eyes see. And whatever interpretation they make up out of what they're seeing, as long as there's some reasonable, logical explanation behind it, So the fuck what? So my thing is this. Let's just say I'm under the impression, okay, let's just say for argument's sake, Trevon Diggs checked his phone immediately after the loss. Why the fuck are you checking your phone, first off, right after a loss? Secondly, what the fuck you think was going to happen? What do you think is going to... I mean, motherfuckers must think that just Twitter or Instagram or TikTok just started yesterday. Or Facebook, like people act like social media just started in 2024. Social media's been around for ages, right? There's plenty of people from all walks of life that say, some say, you know, are reasonable people. Some are very unhappy, crazy, damn near mentally ill motherfuckers on there that just go out of their way to say vile, disgusting shit without any rhyme or reason outside of maybe they're taking their fush. Maybe they're just not mentally, they don't have all the screws tightened, or maybe just because of the fact that they're unleashing their frustration from their life. So rather than going to do the hard work, which is working on themselves, they choose to look at celebrities from a window and talk shit about them when really it's nothing to do with the celebrities per se. It's more or less have to do with the fact that they're going through a lot of shit in their life and they're too cowardice to address it. So it's easy to go on the internet and talk shit about these celebrities. And that's what I see y'all doing with the Jay-Z and Beyonce shit, right? It's like you guys don't even have any logical explanation or any reason behind what the fuck you're saying about the Jay-Z and Beyonce shit. A lot of y'all just say Beyonce Illuminati, Jay-Z Illuminati. Like yo, listen. Whatever the fuck they do, whether they're in it or not, which I don't think they are, but whether they're in it or they're not, it's not your fucking concern. You got bills to pay. Some of y'all got kids to raise. Some of y'all have families. Like y'all have so many responsibilities on your plate. Don't look at what the fuck that oh, that nigga got French toast and some pancakes and some Aunt Jemima pearl milk, whatever the fuck you want to call it, kind of syrup. That nigga got some oatmeal. Why the fuck he got oatmeal with the raisins in it? And all I got is a little cheap ass little container of cinnamon from Great Value from Walmart. Stop looking at whatever the hell somebody else got on their plate. Worry about what the fuck is on your plate, because you got food on your plate. You ain't even finished. You understand what I'm saying? So, my fault. Basically, what y'all need to stop doing is this. Start worrying about the shit that y'all have to go, because honestly, life is hard for all of us, right? And we all got to find a way to overcome whatever we're dealing with, right? Stop worrying about everybody else. So going back to the situation, right? So this is what you're dealing with on social media, okay? And reporters, you know, they're going to start shit. But my thing is this, okay? And there's two things I want to talk about. Number one, Trevon, you're completely out of line for addressing a reporter and basically telling the reporter that unless he's praising you or tell you how good he played, he should not be able to critique, he should not be able to say anything about you or mention your name unless it's praising you or giving you some type of, you know, some type of, I'm about to say credit, but that's not necessarily the word I was looking for. But to admit you at all, it's not that type of situation. It's not a random motherfucker talking about, it's not your team and somebody else. It's a reporter. You are a public figure who's an athlete who gets paid millions of dollars to play professional fucking football, okay? So at the end of the day, fans are going to talk about you. Fans are going to heckle you. Reporters are going to sit up there and say certain things. Sometimes they're going to make shit up. Sometimes they're going to stir things up that aren't there. As an Eagles fan, I've seen with WIPPY and all them little fucking old ass racist farts. I've seen what the fuck Dan Celio does. I've seen this with my own two eyes. As an Eagles fan and as somebody that's kind of went in depth and made content on the Eagles, I see this shit. I've seen how they try to paint Jalen Hurts and how they talk shit on Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts has class, so he doesn't even address it. I seen how they talk about A.J. Brown, and Saquon had to deal with some out of the bullshit, transitioning from being a Giant to an Eagle, okay? And how they try to paint A.J. Brown a diva when in reality, he's just a human being like everybody else who just happens to be expressive, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's just him as an individual. It doesn't make him have bad character or bad morals. He's an expressive individual. Now, going back to the Trevon Diggs point, you are a grown-ass man. Stop acting like a fucking emotional teenager. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to go as far as say this is the problem with our culture as black people. This is the problem. We give a fuck about what people say about us way too goddamn much. And I'm not saying it's every black person. But it's too many of us that literally will trick us out of position and try to like be so fucking concerned about what other people say about it. And it's a saying, I'm going to say it again. What other people think about you is none of your motherfucking business. Your job is to be a professional football player. You are responsible for yourself, your family, and to the goddamn Dallas Cowboys. You are not responsible for addressing the things that people say about you. And that is why this team is not going any fuckwhere, because when we talk about culture, right? We talk about what is culture. We talk about what is healthy culture. What is culture that is what is culture that is inducing? I'm saying some stupid shit. What culture does a team have to have in order to have an environment where it's conducive to winning? That's the word I wanted to use, conducive, right? How does that make sense? Like how do we go about doing that? Well, for one, you stop trying to be delusional and stop fucking talking shit when you guys have won. You beat easy teams that anybody that's supposed to be elite or at least a halfway decent team could beat. But you guys are in the hamster wheel every motherfucking year. You guys either win a wild card game or sometimes you get bounced out the wild card game. You have not made a conference championship in 20 motherfucking years. And the attitude that the owner has had, the delusion, right? Instead of saying, you know what? We're in a hamster. Let's just sit back and be honest. Fucking Jerry Jones, I'm not going to say he threatened, but he basically was like, he said, yo, if you can't ask the questions I want, I'll get somebody to do it for you. He kind of alluded to him that, he can fire him, right? Or in some capacity, take away his position, right? Just being a bully because the man has a fucking big-ass ego and he's a old senile dumbass who doesn't understand that you motherfuckers for 20 years. What is the definition of doing the same thing over and over again? Insanity. It's insane. And that is the motherfucking problem with the Dallas Cowboys. They keep thinking in a hamster wheel. Is when you're in a fucking wheel, where do you think it's going to go? In circles. You can't go forward. You can't go backward. You're just rotating. That's the problem with the fucking Dallas Cowboys. And that is the problem. The attitude of the owner, the culture that is set is not let's do what it takes to win football games. It's let's look like, appear to be a good team. America's team, right? The name only. Because you guys haven't won shit, nigga. The Chiefs are America's team now. Back then, the Patriots were America's team. You were America's team in the early to mid 90s. I'll give you that. But the Patriots were America's team. In the 80s, the 49ers were America's team. In the 70s, the Pittsburgh Steelers were America's team. In the 60s, you can argue some other teams, but I'll say the Packers were America's team. Okay? That's the truth. You guys have set a delusion so fucking high that like it's trickling down to the players. And there's no player that can literally look at themselves and say, damn, we need to do better. Damn, we need to change some habits. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results is insanity. And here's another point I want to address. Because not only were you out of line for trying to tell a reporter how to do his fucking job, I'm going to tell you something else. This is the problem with some of our people, especially when it comes to the young black athlete today. The problem with the young black athlete is that they want to be rappers. They want to be gangster rappers. I'm going to tell you what I mean. If y'all remember the viral clip that went on with LSU and them kids, making all them gun sounds, doing all this fucking gun gyrating and shit like that, trying to adhere to the YN stereotype, so to speak. These kids, this generation is getting progressively worse and worse and worse. It's like, as a professional athlete, you were expected to carry yourself in a professional manner. It was required of you to be in a professional manner. It doesn't necessarily mean that the professional way you present yourself is the only facet of you as a human being, but you were taught and you were raised, you were raised by your parents, which isn't, I'm not going to lie to you, it's not a lot of raising going on with these young men and women. That's why you see these young kids out there with a fucking belt after games. When everybody's supposed to shake hands in a sportsmanship, you got a young kid with a fucking belt smacking the opponent's ass, and it's supposed to be fun. Now, I ain't gonna lie. It's a little funny. It's a little funny. Ha ha. It's a little funny. I ain't gonna lie. But it's also sad because as coaches were like the father figure that maybe some of these children don't have in a household. They were like they were kind of, I'm not gonna say a stepdad, but they were a strong male role model, like kind of like how Deion Sanders is to those young men when he was over at not Mississippi State, Jackson State, and what he is over in Colorado, right? That father figure, teaching those young men that it's more than just football. I'm teaching you guys how to conduct yourself as professionals. I'm teaching you guys how to conduct yourselves as men. This is not going on, and a lot of these, especially, you know, it goes all the way down to the youth. It's bad in college because literally, I'm being honest with you, Saban ain't allowing that shit. You're not going over there, boop, 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 boop. You're not going in the motherfucking camera doing that shit with motherfucking Nick Saban. You're not doing that. You're not. You ain't doing that shit with motherfucking Bill Belichick. He ain't tolerating that shit. Unfortunately, it's an obsession by some of our young black athletes to be a gangster. Ja Morant to an extent, and it's some of these other guys like, and let's I'll give you another example. Let's say Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards, you can tell that he came from the you can tell he came from where he came from, right? Atlanta. And sometimes he'll do all this, you know, this no filter shit, and it's kind of funny. I ain't gonna lie. But the difference between him and most people is that one, he's being himself. Two, he's not going out of his way to try to be something he's not. Does that make sense? He's not. And on top of that, he's learning slowly but surely, and he's showing qualities of a professional, of how to carry yourself. That's the difference between Anthony Edwards and a lot of these guys who are trying to perpetuate the gangster image, even though you're making millions of dollars. You decided to play professional sports. Why? As an outlet, as an escape. Whatever that escape may be, whatever that outlet may have been, I'm pretty sure the goal of being a professional athlete is to change your life from a financial perspective, to have true success in a legitimate manner, and to also, hopefully, you know, you might can get wealthy on football. You probably can't. But at least, you know, being able to take care of, you know, some of your family and some of your friends, right? I'm sure that should be the goal. You know, it's not everybody's goal, but I would feel like that's an ideal goal for someone entering that field. Is like, yo, I'm doing it because I'm really good at sports. I love the game, and I could use this to get out of whatever situation I'm in, so I could be financially successful and I could help my family and my friends. That's what I would believe should be the goal. But everybody is different. I'm not going to put that expectation on everybody. Okay. So what's the it's a fetish for trying to be, you know, fit the YN this ignorant ass stereotype. But y'all are fucking idiots because you guys are making millions of dollars. You guys are living in mansions. You guys have a life that motherfuckers kill for. Motherfuckers got to work 16-hour days, 12-hour days, 8, 9 hours. They got to do all this shit and go do a job that they don't want to do. You motherfuckers up here getting millions of dollars to be in a job that I would hope, because otherwise I don't see how you're playing. Now, I would hope that you love to do this shit. I would hope that you love to play football. Yes, it requires a lot of sacrifice. I'm pretty sure it's not easy. I get it. But at a certain point in time, it's like, it's a slap in the face to even God. Because, you know, you guys are blessed to be able to make a lot of money doing what you're doing. And it's a blessing that can easily be taken away if taken for granted. You can easily throw that away. It's a privilege to be a professional athlete making millions of dollars and being able to play on TV and travel to, you know, sometimes some of y'all might be traveling abroad, whatever the case to be. It's a blessing. Is it perfect? No. Obviously, it's a lot of sacrifice to go into, especially putting your body through that much stress, through the physicality, the physical nature of football, the inclement weather at times, you know, the hard, there's a lot of sacrifices being made, okay? And sometimes you have to spend an extended period of time away from your families. I get that, right? But at a certain point in time, when are you going to start understanding the position and understand that your position is a blessing? and stop trying to waste your fucking time acting tough. Please. You don't have to go out of your way to prove that you're tough to show that you're a man. Do we understand? You can defend and protect the people in your life and the things that are in your life, and you can be like, yo, like, you play with me, it is what's going to be. But you don't have to perpetuate that energy. Your first MO should be love, kindness, and respect. Not like fuck being a man just as a human being. That should be your default MO. That should be the when I'm approaching anybody, that's what it should be right off rip. Especially if you don't know each other. Love and respect. But some of y'all, maybe because of the rap music, I don't know what it is, y'all just have lost their fucking mind. You understand what I'm saying? And it starts down with these parents putting these goddamn phones in these kids' hands. I'm up here looking at 2-year-olds with fucking phones in their hands. Now, fuck, I didn't get a phone until I was 18 years old. So I'm like grocery stores, department stores to get 2-year-olds. I don't give a fuck if it's Peppa Pig or that motherfucker. We gotta allow these young men and women to interact with their environment. Go outside, play on the swings, play on the monkey bars, follow some wood chips and start crying. But like, boy, get your ass up. We gotta let them interact with other kids their age so they can develop social skills. We're not doing that in this generation at all. So there's a fundamental problem. And here's the thing, right? A reporter is not a physical threat. He's not a physical threat. He or she, whoever it may be, is not a physical threat. So no matter what they say or whatever article that they publish, and yes, you can get mad about it, fine. That's how you feel about it, whatever. But they're not a physical threat. So why do you have to go as far as trying to be a tough guy with them? It doesn't make sense. It makes you look stupid. They're not going to do anything to you. They're not going to physically harm you. They're not a threat. They're just sharing their opinion. Some of it might be valid. Some might be invalid. Who gives a fuck? What does that have to do with you doing your job? Now, this is what we're going to do right now, because I'm tired of the bullshit. We're about to look at Trevon Diggs' stats right now, because I'm going to give this nigga something to be mad at. Hold on. And by the way, sir, you're the only elite corner I know that literally, I think the purpose of being a corner is not to allow yards. Quinyon Mitchell's a perfect example of that shit, and so is Cooper DeJean and some other people, you know, that I'm not mentioning. And Trent McDuffie and you know, the elite corners in the NFL. Patrick Surtain, Sauce Gardner's having a so-so year, but like, you know, that's the purpose of being a corner. Like, Darrelle Reeves is the Champ Bailey's worth of Deion Sanders. The whole purpose of an actual corner is not just to catch interceptions. It's to literally stop the other wide receiver from getting yards. So if you allow fucking 150 yards out of a wide receiver that's targeting your side, you'll be like, oh, I can get interceptions. That's not the purpose of playing corner, sir. So let's look at Trevon. Since he want to be a tough guy and want to get mad at something, I want to find a reason to get mad. Hold on. So I'm looking at it right now. So you got 23 solo tackles. You're tied for 136 in the league. I know that doesn't necessarily matter. 0 forced fumbles. That's fine. 1 interception. Tied for 31st. There's 32 teams in the league. 32 teams in the league. Passes deflected. Passes deflected. PD. 4. You know what that is? Tied for 52nd. There's 32 teams in the league. You tied for 52nd, my guy. Don't get mad at the reporter. Don't get mad at the reporter. Get mad at you. I'll read them again. 23 solo tackles, high for 136 in the league. 0 forced fumbles. 1 interception. The thing that you're supposed to be known for. Okay, I give up yards. Whatever. You're tied for 31st. There's 32 teams in the league. You're tied for 31st. You're supposed to be in the league corner. You're tied for 31st. Crazy. 4 passes deflected. 4. Your number on your jersey, listen, the number on your jersey is more than how many pass deflections you have this season. What does that tell you? And don't make me get to the score of how many yards you'll have. Matter of fact, we got time today. Hold on. Perfect. PFF stats. 28 targets your way. 18 receptions allowed. And you know what that is? 47th in the fucking league. You know who's up at 47? Mel Blount, a legendary corner, which you're nowhere near that. Overall, your grade is 53.7. You know what that is in school, nigga? An F. Fucking failure. It's an F. 53.7. You want something to get mad at, nigga? You want something to get mad at? By the way, we 7 weeks in. Wanna get mad at that, nigga? I'm looking at it. It's right in front of me. PFF. I'm looking right at it. You want something to get mad at, nigga? Play better, nigga. Stop trying to act tough for motherfuckers who you know for a fact they're not going to. You're a professional athlete making millions, all right? Cool off somewhere, get mad, go knock over some Gatorade stands. I don't fucking know. Go beat the shit out your helmet to the fucking mouth guard fall off. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Go knock down somebody's fucking Microsoft Surface Pad or some shit like that. Go do something like that. So for those, in case y'all didn't miss the Trevon Diggs segment, and receptions allowed, he's 47th. He's 47th. And his overall grade is 53.7. He's supposed to be an elite corner, right? He's supposed to be an elite corner. Is he supposed to be an elite corner? Yes or no? Is he supposed to be an elite corner? Yes or no? Fuck you talking about? Stop acting tough with reporters, sir. I tell you what's tough. Start practicing tough. Get your ass on a jugs machine, bro. You and Quayon Mitchell, I love Quayon Mitchell, but get your ass on a jug machine. Do that. Start watching some Darrell Revis highlights. Start watching some motherfucking Champ Bailey highlights. Start there. Because the purpose of a corner is to not allow any yards. Matter of fact, do yourself a favor. Watch one of your peers. If Champ Bailey, Darrell Revis, that might be not your generation. I'll tell you what. Watch Patrick Surtain a second. Watch Patrick Surtain a second. Watch that. Act tough with fucking practice. Practice hard. Stop acting hard. Practice hard, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Now we're gonna move on to Anthony Edwards. My fault. Excuse me. Anthony Richardson.